Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. What's up? How's everyone doing? Checking my audio, make sure everything seems to be working okay. Think we're good. Everybody keeping warm? It is pretty cold here in Indiana. That's right, SteelSeries GG. Been using it quite a bit. Love how easy it is to map different things. You can change all your controls here. It's pretty solid. It works great with the Alias mic, which we're using right now. From Arizona. Only state's not in a freeze warning. Yeah, lucky you. My kids had e-learning day today because, what is it? It was 0 degrees Fahrenheit this morning. It's a balmy 2 degrees now. It is sunny, which is helping, and not as windy as it has been the last few days. So that's good. So yeah, how's everyone doing? How's your Tuesday? Where are you watching from? It's kind of fun to see where people are coming from. Got somebody from Arizona. Emil, I think you're across one of the ponds, right? We got some fun things lined up for today. We can talk about our most recent review, the Stealth Ultra. Chat about that a little bit. Also, we can chat about what was supposed to be a review for today, but I didn't get the drivers in time. The 4070 Super. I've had it for a couple weeks, but I just got the drivers for it today, so haven't been able to use it. I am using it right now. I installed it about 30 minutes ago. You can see here, got the 4070 Super running in here. So, still hoping to do some benchmarks. I mean, nothing too crazy, but hoping to get something out about it by the end of the week is my goal. So we can chat about that a little bit. I saw a few other reviews went live today. The embargo was this morning, so lots of information out there already about this card if you're interested in how it performs. Seems like the logical step between the 4070 and the 4070 Ti, at least at this point. With the 4070 Ti Super coming out later this month and a 4080 Super as well. So some interesting naming there. But otherwise, I want to talk about Turtle Beach has a racing controller they just announced. We can chat about that a little bit. We can also chat about the Best of CES awards since that just wrapped up. But of course, if you have any other questions, if you're looking to pick up anything, it's always fun to search for things together and try to find some good deals if you're looking for something. So yeah, just let me know. Put it in the chat. Robert, you're in Canada. Gotcha. How are things up there? Complaining about it here in Indiana. All right, so the first thing I wanted to chat about, I'm going to put it in the chat. Justin put together this little article, and that is about the racing wheel from Turtle Beach. Zoom in a little bit here. See if you can see that okay. I think so. I think that'll work. Wheel and pedal system. Nice, yeah, he also linked to our Stealth Ultra review. Pre-orders are live on this wheel. Some very interesting controls over here. Turtle Beach also has a A flight system. Let's check their PC. Which I always thought was really interesting too. Lots of little buttons and knobs on there, which are fun for flight sim stuff. I remember when I was a kid, we had a joystick we would play some flight sim stuff with, but ever since then I haven't really even dabbled in it or touched it. I've played on a controller, the latest Microsoft Flight Simulator, but nothing on a physical control like this, which would be interesting. But today we're talking about this guy. Trying to see here. I didn't really read this ahead of time to know what all the all the details are, so we're going to go through this kind of together. High fidelity, force feedback performance, and unmatched realism. Do we have a price up here anywhere? Sorry, I'm gonna skip ahead and try to find $650. Wow. Okay, so we'll keep that in mind going through this. I mean, for that, you could get the Moza R5 bundle for quite a bit less, I think. So we'll just keep that in mind. I do think that this works on... Sorry, I'm jumping around a bunch here. I do think that this works on Xbox, which is something to keep in mind. There aren't a whole lot of Xbox options out there right now. That's something that the R5 does not currently support. But the R5 direct drive you can get for $460 right now. So we'll keep that in mind reading through this. A belt drive system. Wait. Oh, it is a direct drive. High fidelity direct drive force feedback. K-drive motor. Interesting. A heads-up screen. Race management display. Digital dashboard. Games that it will actually support are yet to be announced. We've got paddles. Customizable pedal set, adjustable throttle, load cell brakes, and a clutch pedal set. So those are some things that are lacking on like the Moza R5. The pedals are not great on that, so a little step up there. Dynamic braking tech, T-E-K. Tech. Braking measured by the actual force you apply to the pedal rather than the distance the pedals travel. Well, yeah, that's just kind of load cell. I mean, so the fact that it supports Xbox is pretty huge. Load cell pedal is great. Got a companion app, so I'm sure you can adjust some settings on the fly. That's great for console. Versatile mounting solutions, I wonder what those are. Audio tuning on board. You get superhuman hearing mode from your racing wheel. Pretty interesting. I'm gonna try to send an email and see if we can get a copy of this. Will be on sale February 26th. Very interesting. They didn't really say. Yeah, let's go and actually read the. Check out the full product page here. I wonder if it gives any information on what kind of force it's putting out. Some companies kind of make that stuff hard to find. Well, let's read on a little bit here, see if we can find a little bit more. It'll be interesting to see what titles this works with, this little race management display. Let's see what that does. The K drive force feedback, adjustable on the fly to achieve detailed force response. Direct drive, low latency. Yes, that's all good. How much power does it have? Just curious. Well, it's not really saying on here. See compatibility list for regular updates. It's not really given a whole lot of information. I'm gonna email my contact right now and see if I can get some information while we're live. See if you can shed some light on this. I mean, the fact that it's direct drive, supports Xbox, has load cell pedal built in, depending on the power, I would guess it's around 4 to 5 Newton meters, which would be like the R5. That actually seems like a pretty reasonable price. It'll be interesting to see, what all you can do with all this stuff over here. I also don't know if it says anything, hints at wheels. Like, can you quick swap the wheels? Like any sort of interchangeability there in the future. Looks like it has some extra ports back here. Maybe some other things will be added a little bit later. But let me email real quick. And see if we can get any more information. One second. Beep boop. Writing email. What the max power of the wheelbase is. Maybe I should actually read this press release first to make sure it doesn't say those things. I'm just gonna skim over it real quick. All it says is K-drive motor. Telemetry, race system, companion app, hand-stitched leather wheel. Mag shift, TM, paddle shifters. Well, there is a debut video. See if he gives any information here. Okay, so you can map all those little buttons on that control pad to the right. You can just map those to different things. Okay, yeah, so it doesn't really give us much information on it. All right, so yeah, I'll send an email, see what information we can get. Where were we? Here we were. Okay. Okay. And send. Great. So we'll see if we get anything back during the live stream. All right. Well, let's move on from that then. That is the Velocity One race wheel and pedal system. Pretty exciting. We could talk about another Turtle Beach product that we just reviewed. The Stealth Ultra. $200. Has a smart screen on it. Hall effect sticks. Actually, let me post a link to this if you want to check out the review. See a little bit more about that. So far in my testing, or in my use of this, sorry, Goose, we moved on. We're not looking about that anymore. Of course, we're looking at a wheel. We're looking at a controller. Another thing from Turtle Beach. It's pretty. I am pretty interested in that product though from Turtle Beach. It's kind of cool that they're, putting their hat in the ring with that. So, but we just posted our review of this last Friday. It feels incredible to use, but there are some things that give it a less than, premium feel. The software is pretty glitchy. If you caught one of our live streams earlier when I was unboxing and setting it up, it was pretty rough. But actually in use playing with it, it feels great. You can adjust the dead zone on the fly, of course. And you can, is your axis mapping? You can set the dead zone to 0 just right here from the controller, and it works great. It feels absolutely great playing FPS games. I downloaded and played a couple rounds of Warzone Also tried to jump back in and play some Destiny 2 again. It had been a while since I had played that, and I of course jumped right into Crucible and just got absolutely rocked. That was really silly of me to do that, but the controller felt great. It's just, I was pretty rusty at it. Yeah, so if you have any questions on this, let me know. Back buttons here are great. Also, very easy to map right from the controller, which was really nice. That's something that can be a little bit of a pain sometimes. Figuring out how to map different buttons if you need to, but it's super easy to do. Might be good to do a quick video on the best setting for the controller. Oh, interesting. Picked it up after the review, loving it so far. Oh, nice, you grabbed one? That's great. Yeah, it's solid. Yeah, I wish everything, like the entire experience, matched the premium feel of all the input buttons, but once you get past that and, you know, actually setting things up and tweaking things on the screen rather than in the app, I do think is a lot easier to do. What have you been playing with it, Goose? Are you a Warzone gamer? Also curious what sort of settings you'd be interested in hearing about. Mic looks like it might be a little hot. Oh, Hades, nice. Yeah. I should do something like that. Not a FPS game as much. In FIFA, nice. It's pretty slick. Cool. All right, a couple other things here. We could chat about the 4070 Super, or all the new Super stuff from NVIDIA. So the embargo for reviews on the 4070 Super just went up this morning. I've got mine installed now, but I only got the drivers about an hour and a half ago, so I haven't been able to actually do a review, but I've got it. Is it very sensitive? In FIFA, when taking a penalty, is very jittery. Oh, interesting. Do you think that would be... Have you played around with the... Some of it was the axis mapping. What do they call it? Not vibration. Because you have the response, you can change the curves there. Where this one would maybe be a little bit less quick to kind of ramp up. And that one would be a little bit more sensitive. I don't really play FIFA, so I'm not really sure what taking a penalty is like in it. But that would be something that I would maybe try tweaking. Yeah, it's worth a shot to see if it feels better. Also, that was the Pro Aim button or mode. That basically just limits your max sensitivity output. Let's see if I can show you with the gamepad tester. Oh, yeah. Oops. Okay, so I've got the gamepad tester. Oh, this was just working. Why is it not showing up here? Oh, I'm still in the, there we go. Okay. So, sorry, 1 second. Still fighting my cough from last week. So this is with Pro Aim turned off, but I have Pro Aim mapped to P2. It's the little crosshair there. So P2 is this one. And so if I hold that, so here is, here's the normal. Let's start holding it. Wait. Oh, actually, it only works on the right stick, because that's what most people aim with. I'm a southpaw user, so I'm used to aiming with the left stick. Okay, so here you can see the stick. And then if we hold that P2, it limits the max output of that sensitivity. So that might be something to... What just happened? So that also might be something to try. Why did it just go away? I swear this controller mocks me when I'm live. All right, well, that's it for that demonstration. I don't know what's going on. Now the thing's flashing like it doesn't have a connection, even though it was just working. I'm gonna dock it. We'll put it down over there. So those would be a couple interesting, yeah, those would be a couple things you could play around with to see. And you can adjust the intensity of that Pro Aim. Like I believe if you go all the way, it'll basically cut off like all input from that stick. And I think, as far as I could tell, I guess I haven't looked too hard, but I think that only applies to the right stick. So I'm not sure which stick you use for penalties. But that could be good or bad. Let's try it again here. Okay, we're back on. It's working again. Just had to dock it and then undock it. I'm going to look at the axis stuff here. Or wait, no, it would be in... Where do you... I'm trying to remember where you make that change. Is it just in the button? Pro Aim. Okay, so yeah, when you're selecting Pro Aim, here's where you can set the level. So you can see in the tester, it was cutting it by like about 50%, and that's kind of right where I have it here in the middle. So you can set whatever sort of sensitivity you need there. Only thing I dislike about this controller is the software. Yeah. That and the shady battery life. Those are both kind of bummers. Otherwise, I mean, what do you think about like the buttons and the sticks? Like it feels really good to actually use, I think. I really enjoy it. It's pretty solid. Yeah, love the buttons. Paddles are great as well, yeah. Yep, totally agree. And I like that they have that clicky micro switch in like everything. Face buttons, the D-pad, bumpers, and the paddles, they all feel and sound really good thanks to that. Okay. So we can talk about the 4070 Super a little bit here. Like I said, that's what I'm working on this week since I just got the drivers for it this morning, or an hour and a half ago. So look for that by the end of the week. Actually, I'll probably set it up and use it on my Am I back? Can you see me? Can you hear me? Okay. I think it's working. Lost a connection there for a little bit. But I think it's working. I was saying we'll probably be using the 2070 Super here, or the 4070 Super live tomorrow night, playing some Forza. So check that out, probably around 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll be using that. You can see how it's performing, ask me questions, and we'll have some fun. I think A-Class and S-Class racing, so I'm kind of excited for that multiplayer. So check that out. But yeah, there are already reviews up about this. You thought it was you? Yeah. I'm kind of surprised there haven't been more power issues here, considering the weather lately. Everything's actually held on pretty well. So, but yes, we're back and running. So, this there are already, embargo went up this morning, so there are already reviews out there. I know Gamer Nexus has one. Did a nice in-depth thing. If you want to hear more about this card, the one we have is the PNY. Hey, doing well. How are you? Got the GT or the RTX 4070 Super from PNY. So this is what we will be testing. And putting it up against, we also have a PNY base 4070 and a 4070 Ti from, I think, Gigabyte. Actually, yeah, I just took it out to put the other one in. So we'll be putting up the 4070 Super against these to see how it performs. Yeah. So like I said, later this week, we should have that going up. The 4070 Super is going to be $600. The Ti Super at $800. I'm ready for this cough to leave. Last week I was coughing a bunch too. But yeah. All right, well, the last thing I have on here to chat about so they basically, I think they've dropped the price of the 4070 and they're bringing in the 4070 Super at that same price. I mean, that still is $600 is a lot of money for a graphics card. They definitely have been seeming to be a lot more expensive in recent years and recent generations. I do think you are getting some pretty good performance for that price, though. But yeah, we'll see. For a 1080 Ti. Yeah. I mean, yeah, how many years ago was that? This is like... unfortunately, it's just, you know, everything is more expensive these days as well. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it stinks to see prices going up like that, but I can't really see them going back down. I've pretty much only used NVIDIA GPUs. I've had some AMD processors, but I bought my brother's PC when I first got a PC with a 1070, used that for a long time, then got his old 2070, and then started getting some of this bigger stuff from PNY, which has been nice. Nice. Yeah, Patrick, he used to write here at 9 to 5 Toys. He liked AMD quite a bit. He would use both of their CPUs and GPUs. He liked those a lot. Okay. And did I already post a link to this? Don't think so. The best of CES, if you want to chat along with this. It would just crash your PC. Oh no. Yeah, that's not going to fly. We don't get to keep all the cards, no. PNY asked for some of those back. Actually, the 4070 Ti that I usually use in my main computer, that was one that came in the NZXT Player 3, and I took it out of that one and put it in my main computer. And I've got a 4070, just base 4070 in the Player 3 now. Dang, yeah. Was it fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me? Like, I imagine having a consecutive issues with that, that would make it hard to go back to AMD GPUs, I think. Yeah, same, the CPUs. Patrick talked me into upgrading to one of those a few years ago, and it was a huge performance increase. I loved it. All right, so Rika put this together, kind of highlighting some of the best things we saw. Actually, a lot of these things we kind of talked about in our last stream when we were talking about CES. There are some other interesting things. We've got OtterBox with their cactus-based iPhone cases. Beautiful. If you want to check those out. I've been rocking, I still have an old iPhone 11. It's not brand new. And I had been using it without a case for a long time, but that came back to bite me a few weeks ago. So I should at least get a case on this thing. Yeah. Whoops. Yeah, let's see what else is here in the best of CES. We talked about this, the MSI Claw. It's gonna be an interesting year for handhelds. A lot more options coming out. It's be kind of fun to see, if we can get our hands on some of these and check them out. I don't do a whole lot of this currently because most of my gaming is either FPS or lately it's been a lot of racing at a sim rig. So I don't use them a whole lot, but it would be interesting to dive in and check these out a little bit more and see how these new ones perform. So we chat about that a little bit. Seems like some nice processors. Actually, the thing I liked about this was, see if there are pictures. The back looks very comfortable. The controls here, the grips look very comfortable. So that'd be fun to actually try out. So we'll see if we can get our hands on that. We also saw the transparent display. She did. When we first started doing some live streams, she would hop on here and chat with me, but I think she's gotten pretty busy, and so it's harder for her to get in. I had asked her a couple of times if she's able to join, and she wasn't, so I kind of stopped asking. But I mean, it's always good to get her here when like some of the big deal days are coming up, because she just knows everything. So we'll see if we can get her back in for another one. Yeah, this is interesting. I don't think it's anything that maybe I would ever have that much interest in personally, but interesting to see what companies are coming out with these days. And we chatted a little bit about some of this new Razer stuff. Woof! Live streaming's making the making the voice a little more a little bit rougher. Oh yeah, the HD haptic gaming cushion. We were kind of comparing that to the one from Next Level Racing. So it'll be interesting to see how those actually compare in use. And the 16 and 18, world's first OLED 240 16-inch. That's wild. So I ended up buying, not this last Black Friday, but the year before that, I bought a Blade 14, which I love the size. Well, I like the size of it. It's very portable, but the battery life is just terrible. Absolutely terrible. Which has made me eye either going back to a Mac for like my kind of workhorse laptop, or maybe trying one of these bigger ones. I don't know. It's the same kind of thing where I just had such a bad experience with the battery life of that one that I'm worried about getting another Razer Blade. Which, I mean, you know, they're meant to be gaming laptops, ultrabooks, which, you know, it makes sense they would use a lot of power, but oof. Yeah, I really think that might be the way for me to go too. It yeah. For the I don't do as much gaming on it as I thought that I would. And so for me, the trade-off, like being able to edit when I'm traveling with a better battery life, would be much more beneficial than extra gaming performance. So that's kind of what I'm thinking, heading one of those ways. Battery life is crazy. Oh, I'm so jealous. And then, oh yeah, and this will be interesting. I guess this is still just a concept, so it'll be interesting to see if they actually do anything with that. But if you're interested in this kind of thing, Next Level Racing has a very similar thing. You can do something like this with Next Level Racing. Play quite a bit of casual games. Is Mac able to get? Nice. That's awesome. I will be right back. 1 second. Okay, I'm back. Check something real quick. There's been somebody who's been like going through our recycling, and I thought they were back. So I was gonna go try to catch them. Maybe that was so weird. I got a notification. Anywho, back to tech. Let's see here. CES. We've got some connected health fitness accessories. So this is a heart rate tracker that instead of like being like a strap that is its own separate thing, you could connect to some other articles of clothing, which is kind of cool. It's making that just a little bit more accessible. But all right, well, is there anything else? That's kind of all I had for my little lineup of things to chat about. Anything else anybody's been using or enjoying lately that they want to chat about? Like I said, we'll be live again tomorrow night, 8-ish p.m. Eastern, playing some Forza. We've been doing quite a few of those lately, which has been fun. That's been my game of choice for, you know, kind of off-screen stuff. I guess, and on-screen stuff. Let's see here. Yeah, we usually do Wednesday nights because that's right when the weekly multiplayer options reset. So we'll be checking out the new stuff. Should be A and S class, I think, in multiplayer, open multiplayer, which is that's what I spend most of my time doing. It can be highly frustrating sometimes, but it can be very, very rewarding sometimes too. You can have a lot of fun doing it. There's some a-hole racers, but then there are some good fun racers too who like to race clean, and so when you get those races, it's a lot of fun. So otherwise, I think we're gonna wrap it up here before I start coughing more. Of course, check out 9to5toys.com for all the deals that we're posting today, for any other news and reviews. Excuse me. Justin talking about the wheel and some other cool options here. Some audio stuff, some Lego stuff from Rika. So, always good to hop on there and see what the latest is. But that's it for me. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting on Tech Talk Tuesday. We'll be live tomorrow night, and we'll be live next Tuesday for another Tech Talk Tuesday. I'm sure we'll be discussing the 2070 Super, because that the review should be up by next week's live stream. So anything else? Let me know. Leave a comment. Anything else you want to chat about? And we'll do that. You want that sticker? Yeah. Gotta ask Rika where she got it. She's got all the cool stuff. Alrighty. Thanks for hanging out, y'all. Goose, we'll see you later. Thanks for chatting. Have a good rest of your day, and we'll see you later. Bye.